How to release your psoas muscles. 2 exercises that improve comfort quickly. Do the 2 somatic education exercises you're about to see if you have tight psoas muscles, groin pain, deep belly pain, or iliopsoas bursitis. You should not be doing these exercises if you have pain around the rim of your pelvis, deep in one hip joint, or at the low back at the waistline level to one side. These symptoms suggest a twisted sacrum, and you should instead be doing the regimen for sacroiliac joint pain. These exercises eliminate pain by rapidly retraining muscle movement memory rather than by stretching. I'm Lawrence Gold, developer of these exercises. I was trained in 1990 in Hanna Somatic Education by its developer, Thomas Hanna. Hanna Somatic Education is a clinical modality used to eliminate chronic pain from lingering injuries. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you where your psoas muscles are and where their helper muscles, the iliacus muscles, are. I'm going to describe the symptoms of tight psoas muscles. Then I'll demonstrate and coach you through 2 somatic education exercises to release your psoas muscles and integrate them with the rest of your movement system. At the end, I'll show you where you can get a full program for psoas release and integration. Here are your psoas muscles. They run from their attachments at the inner groin deep into your pelvis and attach along your spine near your diaphragm. Next to them, you see your iliacus muscles. Your iliacus muscles line the inside of your hip bones and help support you in sitting and standing. These exercises work according to the natural actions of your psoas and iliacus muscles in sitting, standing, and walking. They restore comfort and freedom of movement. This first exercise, called Walking into the Floor, comes from the program Free Your Psoas, an integrated program for freeing and coordinating the core movers and stabilizers of the body. Walking into the floor, first working position. Your face turned toward the tighter psoas side. The tighter psoas side we call your working side. Legs straight, ankles matched. Push the working side knee into the floor, gently, and hold. Now, gently pushing that side knee into the surface and rolling your leg side to side, locate the position that holds onto or engages the most of your pelvis on that side. Find it. That's your working position. Working position. Forehead resting on your cupped palms. Bring your attention to the working side knee. Pull into the surface. Straight leg. Gently tighten the sole of your foot, calf, front of your thigh, buttock, and reach. Working side foot push down. Equalize the left and right leg actions by feeling one leg effort, then feeling the other leg effort, and adjusting back and forth until they feel equal. Slowly relax. Now the other leg, knee into the surface, other leg straight, tight, and reach. Bent knee side, foot push down equal to the knee. Equalize the left and right side actions. And relax. Now the working side knee, push down. Straight leg, tighten sole, calf, thigh, buttock, and reach. Working side foot, push down. Equalize efforts. And slowly relax. Now the other knee, pull into the surface. Straight leg tighten and reach. Bent knee side, foot push down and equalize left and right efforts. Now do a series of alternations just that way until I return. You may go faster. Make the movement smooth and connected. And complete what you're doing. Come to complete rest. Now turn onto your back and compare your sensations left and right at the pelvis, waist, ribs. This completes walking into the floor. The second exercise. This second exercise, called the dolphin, is a standalone exercise for opening and flattening the groin fold. It lets you stand straighter. Watch once, then do the movements along with the spoken instruction. The dolphin working position, lying on your front, with your forehead resting on your stacked hands. Let's rehearse a couple of movement elements. The first movement element is pulling both knees into the surface to tighten your front hip flexors. That causes your butt to rise and a space to form at the fronts of your hips. Do that now. Okay, do it a couple of times to get familiar and complete what you're doing. The next movement element is to press the tops of your feet down against the surface, applying pressure to the top of the foot that corresponds to the top side of where the pads of the ball of your feet are. Do that now. And again, and complete what you're doing. And now do both movements together. Very good. So in this action pattern, you pull your knees into the surface, cause your butt to rise, cause your groin to lift off, and hold that. And now lift your head slowly off your hands until you feel your back tightening. Okay, so now you connect the sensation at your groin to the sensation in your back. And the way you make that connection is by regulating the amount of effort so that they are identical in the two movements. Okay, so let's have you start again. And then in this movement, I want to remind you to let go completely between repetitions. So don't carry the effort of one repetition into the next, but let there be a period of rest in between. So we start with the legs, pulling the knees forward. Get the right and left hip flexors to feel the same. And then do a slow lift of the head. And lift until the amount of sensation in your back from lifting is the same as the amount of sensation in your hip flexors. That makes it possible to feel like they're connected to each other.
Okay.
And leave your head up and let your hip flexors relax. Let your groin come down. Let the knee pressure decrease. The sensation then goes all to your back, and you slowly lower your head to complete rest. Okay, when you come to complete rest, let your legs go so that you have to find that working position afresh. Okay, now find it afresh so that you feel the ridge on the top of the foot that corresponds to the pad that connects the big toe and its neighboring two toes. Make sure the feet feel the same, that you're feeling pressure on the same location on each foot. So once you've got working position, gradually pull the knees into the surface so that your groin lifts up. Feel your butt stick up. Feel your hip flexors. Equalize the left and right hip flexors.
Okay.
And then slowly lift your head and equalize the hip flexors with the back muscles. Okay. And now slowly relax the hip flexors. Let the pubic bone come down. And then you slowly lower your forehead onto your hands to complete rest. And you let your legs go. Again, find your leg working position. If you get a cramp in your feet like that, hitch up onto your toes. Do that now. And roll your legs side to side. That will help you to dispel any cramp in your foot or calf. Okay. And again, finding your working position, centered and symmetrical left to right. Bring your knees into the surface. Feel it in your hip flexors, match left and right. And then lift your head and match the back effort to the groin effort. You're going to feel how the groin effort goes to the low back. You feel that?
Yes.
And then as you lift your head, you have the mid-back, and you connect the low back to the mid-back.
Yes.
And then relax the leg action. Let the pubic bone come down. And let your forehead come down. And come to complete rest. And let your legs go. Now we're going to add a little something to this movement. And what we're going to add is when you come down, you then press your forehead against your hands and press your pubic bone into the surface. Try that now.
Okay.
So you can feel what that feels like. Do it 2 or 3 times as rehearsal.
So push my pubic bone into like this.
Yes.
And my head into my forehead into my cupped hand.
That's right. And you'll feel a pull that goes straight down the front of your trunk. If you're pressing your forehead, it will actually flatten your back some. Mm-hmm. And then come to rest. Okay, now feet to working position. Knees. Pull forward. Feel the hip flexors connect to the low back. Lift your head. Connect the hip flexors to the action of lifting your head. Relax the leg action. The pubic bone comes down. Your forehead comes down. You press your forehead against your hands and your pubic bone against the table and feel the connection between your head action and your pubic bone action. And then you relax. As soon as you've found the connection, you've done it. And then you begin again. Oh, let your legs go first. That's it. So you come to complete rest between repetitions. And when you're ready, resume the working position. Then pull your knees into the surface. Your butt comes up. Equalize left and right hip flexors. Feel the connection to your low back, deep inside. You lift your head. Equalize the groin to your back. Relax the leg action. Your butt comes down. Your head comes down. You press your head down. And rest. The Self-Relief Program, Free Your Psoas, contains exercises that prepare you better for walking into the floor and for polishing the results. Click here to get a preview of the program. I'm Lawrence Gold.